Hi, Dr. Patterson and Larry. Happy Sunday, and this is Catherine Sharp, and this is my reflection on Chapter 1. And I appreciated Chapter 1. I appreciated the introduction, basically, to the rest of the textbook, and looking forward to this semester. And the overall arching couple different things that I took away from Chapter 1 was just the organizations have a collective sense of purpose and a mission statement. I work in healthcare for hospital systems, and ours is, above all else, we're committed to the care and improvement of human life. And that reminder is what we pass on to all of our employees in every situation. If it be a conflict, if it be asking them to work because of a freeze or a hurricane coming, and whatever it might be, we're all able to go back to that underlying theme, which is what ties an organization together. And so I think that that's vital. And then I appreciated the 4 societal differences that are affecting us as an organization today. Technology, which we see on a regular basis. Specifically, we're carrying drugs in a pneumatic system now from building to building. We are doing hysterectomies on a robot with a single site incision through the belly button, and the patient goes home that day. We are continually growing. We have an EMR system now, and which is good, as it requires lots more focus from the physician as well as the nurse on data that's entered, product sets, so that orders can be done on an efficient manner. But sometimes it's a downside because it is taking away from the personalization between the patient and the physician and the patient and their nurse, because the provider's having to enter lots of information in an EMR system. So that's one thing that we're working on, how to find that balance. And then globalization, as well as the emerging employee relations systems. And then lastly, the diversity. With the employee relations systems as well as diversity, that kind of goes not with diversity, with globalization, goes hand in hand in a sense of finding that work-life balance. And it's so vital on a day-to-day basis. More and more today, you're finding doctors coming out of school that are not wanting to deliver babies at 3 a.m. anymore, because they do care more about being at home and getting that rest. So we've adapted to our outside environment, which also ties in the different perspectives of organizations, that open perspective and adapting to your outside environment. But we're doing that we've hired an outside hospitalist group to come in now and be 24/7 in the evenings for those physicians, so they don't have to come in at 2 a.m. So it's us adapting to their needs and creating a greater environment for everyone. And then lastly, the diversity. We are showing that in our goals as executives. They've added a 4th goal for us now, which is diversity in the workplace. And so on that higher, more surface level of demographics and so forth, we are required to show a percentage of our leadership team, and showing diverse cultures are represented, of all types and walks of life, which is beautiful to see. But I appreciate it too on the deeper level, when you look at maybe the difference between millennials and the older generations, and bridging those two and how those two will work together is fascinating. Goes back to, say, the hospitalist program with the OB, or so many different ways in how we communicate with millennials versus the older environment. So older group. And then lastly, Exhibit 1.8 just showed how independently each individual, their value and their personality is going to be what makes teamwork also flow so well. So you've really got those 2 perspectives to an organization working well together, the individual inputs and the teamwork, which will create the outputs that the organization is looking for. An example for us would be in our ER. The individual's values are are crucial in working then on a team. If a ambulance drives up and we're a trauma center, and so if you bring in a patient and calling code trauma and getting the right folks into the room, and then the communication and the teamwork that's needed for that patient to be cared for in the ultimate way, it's vital. But if each individual doesn't understand their role and their value and have the right demeanor to work then together as an entire team, it's not going to work. And so it's fascinating to be a part of training and leading those individual values, so that then we can create the right teams that are ultimately going to go back to that mission statement, which is the care and improvement of human life. So thank you for this class. Looking forward to more. I'm passionate about it, and so I just can't wait for continued insight, digging deeper into this textbook. So I hope you have a great week. Look forward to next Sunday's reflection. Bye-bye.